welcome to A Web of Stories. My name is Melinda, and today I'm here to talk about the Big Book of Summer Challenge, Big Books of Summer Challenge. First of all, as you can see, I am taping outside. This is Oregon, so the sun is going in and out of clouds. I have no control over the light. Secondly, you may hear outside noise, and I'm sorry about that, but that's what happens when you tape outside. However, as this is the Big Books of Summer video, I thought I should be outside. It's only appropriate. So let's talk about the challenge. This is the 11th year for the Big Books of Summer Challenge, which is run by Sue Jackson. She started it on her blog, and now she runs it both on her blog and on BookTube. This is actually the third year I have participated. The first year was a complete failure on my part. The second year was much more successful. And all you have to do for this challenge is to read a big book over the summer. And Sue defines a big book as anything of 400 or more pages. What I generally do is I generally pick 2 or 3 books that I commit to reading in the summer, to at least try reading. The first year that I did this, I chose 3 books and I DNF'd 2 of them. So I'm gonna try to read these books over the summer. And then if you read one, you've completed the challenge. That's all there is to it. You make the challenge, the rules, the expectations to what fits your life. This year, I have chosen 2 books that I commit to, and then there will also be other books that come up. That happens every time I do a challenge or a readathon. There's always other books that pop up into it. I read a lot on my e-reader, and lots of times I don't know if a book meets the big book criteria until I'm done and I enter it in my spreadsheet and I see how many pages it actually was. So the 2 that I have set aside are both print books, and I actually got both of these books. I think they were my December or January, one of them, selections from Book of the Month that I got specifically for Big Book of Summer. And I usually have 1 book for each month that I'm going to do. I'm only doing 2 books this summer just because, as I said, other books will come up. So let me start with the book that I am hoping to read in June or July. I have some other reading I need to finish beforehand, so this might be a June-July book. And that is The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. This is a book I've heard great things about. Oh, there comes the sun. We're being really bright today. And it has, find here, 576 pages. I believe this is like a road trip book, which is perfect for summer. And I've read A Gentleman in Moscow, which I really loved. So I am looking forward to reading another book by Amor Towles. I do have Rules of Civility on my shelf as well, but it's not long enough for Big Book of Summer, the Big Books of Summer. So and this will be the first book that I am committing to reading. And the second book I'm going to hold till August because it is, I believe I've heard it described as dark academia. And my favorite thing about summer is that it leads into fall. And fall is my favorite time of the season, favorite season of the year. And so I wanted to kind of finish it on an academic book. Dark academia is not really a trope that I've read it, but I've never really taken it into consideration. But I hear people talk more and more about it. So I thought, I'm going to find an not dark academic, at least academic book to finish out summer and Big Books of Summer. And this is one that a lot of people have read. And as I said, it's been sitting on my shelf. I almost said something else. Sitting on my shelf for half a year just for the Big Books of Summer read along. And that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I have not read R.F. Kuang before, although I am looking forward to also reading Yellowface. That is on my library holds list, but I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so I am looking forward to reading this in August to get me ready for fall. So those are the 2 books that I am committing to reading for Big Books of Summer. But as we go through summer, as I read books, and if I find that I'm reading books that are more than 400 pages, I'll say, hey, look, here's another Big Book of Summer that I read. I do want to add the caveat that I am not including books that I start before the Friday of Memorial Day. So that would be the 26th? What's the date today? It's the 24th. The 26th of May. And I say that because I actually have a couple books in progress, or will have in progress, books that would meet that criteria, but I'm starting them now ahead of time. And I don't need to count them to complete this challenge, as I only need to read 1 book to complete the challenge. So one of them is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, which I would hold up, except it is propping up my tripod at the moment, so I can't. I have that book, which I'm reading on my Kobo. And then I also have a book that I'm reading for my library book club, which I have to start today because the book club is a week from Saturday. So I need to get that done. But that is also over 400 pages. And I'm sure some of the books on my e-readers are as well. But there you go. I think this is just kind of a fun, easy read along in the summer. It fits any genre, any reading taste, and you can make it as as much of a stretch goal as you want. You can do, I'm just going to read at least one 400-page book. Fine, great. And then there are other people who say, this is the summer I read the Count of Monte Cristo. And to you, I say good luck, because it took me a year to read that book. So yeah, if you are interested in joining in with the Big Book of Summer, as I am taping this, Sue has not yet published her Big Books of Summer video, but I'm sure that it will be up before this video is published. So I will try to remember to link that below. If not, I can go in and edit the notes, which is why there's no card on it. But go check out her video. She will have, use the Big Books of Summer hashtag, and let's see what we're reading this summer. Thank you very much. If you have not yet subscribed to my video, you can do so below, and please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.